Hello. In today's video, we are going to discuss goal setting. Welcome to Ruben and Ivory's Journey in the Making.
Welcome.
I'm Ivory Gibson.
I'm Ruben Gibson.
All right, and thank you so much for joining us. Today we are going to be talking about goals. What are goals? Do you have any? Goals could be something as simple as working out every day. It could be going back to school, or it could simply be start saving money.
Or it could be becoming an entrepreneur.
Becoming an entrepreneur, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Thank you. And so you'll find that with goals, there's short-term goals and there's also long-term goals.
Correct.
And so it's good to have both. When it comes down to us being now in the year of 2021, a lot of people start off with goals, you know, those same old goals. I want to work out and want to lose weight and I want to eat better.
Correct. All the time.
They last how long?
I don't know. Sometimes 2 months. Sometimes 2 weeks.
It just depends. So the thing is, when we set goals, we actually want to set realistic goals and we want to stay conscious of them at all times. A really good suggestion would be when you come up with your goals, making sure that you write them down. Another thing is having an accountability partner. Somebody who's going to hold you responsible and make sure that you're doing everything that you set out to do. So for the year of 2021, we want you guys to make sure that you're setting those goals and you're sticking by those goals, no matter what they are.
Right. So if we go with a long-term goal and a short-term goal, short-term goal would be something you want to do within a week. Long-term, it's going to be longer than that. So basically, you want to set smaller goals, reach them, and then set your long-term goals.
Exactly. And long-term goals can definitely be, years from now. The thing is to stay conscious of them and to constantly work towards achieving and reaching those goals. With setting goals, you want to find goals that have a purpose, that are meaningful, they mean something.
Yeah. Like when you were saying, as far as goals or whatever, like you gotta explain, like, you know how when we started the second business, you know what I mean, and how you was talking about doing the photography or whatever, how that was a goal for you, you know what I mean, but as far as the process of going through it, you know what I mean, at first it started off with you just seeing a movie, you know what I mean, you seen the movie, then you like, I can do this, not even thinking about it, that it's already something that you already been naturally doing. You've been taking pictures all your life, you know what I'm saying? But when you start putting a skill to it, when you really start putting it together, planning it out, it's like, oh man, this, you know what I'm saying? This is it.
This is awesome. I should have been did this. That's really good. And that leads me to confirmations because as Ruben just referenced, we were thinking about we needed another stream of income. And so, we were brainstorming. It's like, what can we do that does not take a lot of time, it's flexible, and it's inexpensive to start. And so, like you said, we went to the movies and the guy was a photographer. And
what was the name of that movie?
The name of that movie was Picture Perfect.
Picture Perfect.
Because he liked taking pictures and he had, the young lady he was photographing. But in that movie, yeah, he took pictures, and so I saw him with the camera and I'm like, wow, this is something that I love doing. And so with that being said, I got my notebook and I started writing down my different ideas and I started doing my research. I attended YouTube University. For those of you who don't know what YouTube University is, just simply open up the web browser on your cell phone, on your tablet, on your computer, and type in www.youtube.com. That's where I started at.
Yeah, like I said, when she started talking about it and when she started planning it and actually setting her goals, I mean, it was amazing, you know what I mean? Because at the same time, it was like, you never think something, that a natural person would just think, oh, it's just taking pictures. That's just what it is. But it's so much more to it. And we got to do the research. We got to travel doing it. And, you know, we got to go to seminars, and it was like, wow. So, I mean, it still all came down to being an entrepreneur, but it was all steps. So with the steps being taken to basically better yourself and, you know, make you a good photographer.
Yeah, absolutely. And you definitely have to not be afraid to spread your wings and get out there and see the world, meet new people who are going to help you achieve your goals, get you a mentor who's going to give you advice and help guide you.
Thanks.
And, you know, you can't be afraid to talk to people and ask questions, because you never know who you may talk to or what information you may find out.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so, you know, and just talking about those confirmations, you know, looking back now, I just think about I was surrounded around like-minded people.
Yeah, I mean, but at the same time, I mean, like I said, the energy you brought, you know what I mean, was crazy. You know what I mean? And then when you went and you met like-minded people, and they brought the same type of energy, it was like, wow, like people really out here that's even crazier than I am. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, you got to go with that. You know what I'm saying? We got to fill out that energy, because I'm sitting there like, I'm like, what we finna do? Like, you know, like this is a whole segment on what? You know, just how they broke it down and how they, you know, got to the point of, okay, well, it's not just you taking pictures. You know, you gotta have plan behind it. You gotta have planning behind it. So it was fun.
It's a craft, it's a skill,
Yeah.
and, you know, going out there and, you know, Ruben joined me on a couple jobs before, got behind the camera and had people take pictures. And so, you know, through that, I'm just very determined to be the best at my craft. And, you know, that's the thing, you know, pick things even if you don't start out being good, right? Because I'm not the same photographer that I was 4 years ago when I started out. So you should see growth, you should see improvement as you do the things that you set out to do, you know. And when you achieve a goal, you know, you don't stop there, you continue and you look for that next thing, you know, that next big item that you want to cross off your list, you know, as far as the properties. I mean, you got the houses, you got the apartment, and then, you know, you want bigger, right?
Yeah, I mean, I would definitely go for another apartment. I'll definitely go for 5 more houses. I mean, you know what I mean? But I mean, it's about too what motivates you. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That motivates
That's what
me.
you love.
You know what I'm saying? So that keep me going. So you know, when you start saying, "Oh, okay, that's a house here, that's a house there," or if it's a building here, for me, it's like, wow, you know, that's a chance for me to, you know what I'm saying, do something different and push me. So I mean, that's what I love doing. So
absolutely. So you guys, think about what goals you want to achieve. Talk to some of your family and friends and find out what things you're naturally good at. You may have things that you are already skilled at, and you could turn that into a business, or you could partner with others to help them in their business. You know, as far as, you know, goals outside of that entrepreneurship, you know, there's other things that you may want to do also. You know, if you say you're gonna start working out, you know, you set that goal, and however long your program is, make sure you stick with it, and stick with it as long as you set your goal.
yeah, I mean, it's the consistency that's what counts. You know what I mean? Yeah, I mean, if you do 10 push-ups a day, I mean, if you keep that consistently, you're gonna see it. And it's gonna automatically move you up. I think that's the same thing as a goal. You know, once you reach the short-term goal, you know what I'm saying, that's gonna automatically make you push for that long-term goal.
Yeah, absolutely. And then you just made me think of something. You know, follow those like-minded people. I was online yesterday, and there was a young lady working out, and I was like, man, you're so inspiring me. And, you know, she was like, start with 10 minutes a day. And I'm like, man, you're right, 10 minutes? Like, you know, you just have to start somewhere.
You gotta carve that time out to actually do it, you know what I mean? And just, you take that 10 minutes and you make it work for you.
Yeah, and that 10 become 20, 20 become 30, the next thing you know, it's an
But
hour.
that's the thing, though. That's the thing. You can't stop at the 10 like, oh, I'm good. You gotta keep pushing. Like,
Once you get into it, once you get into it, you find
pushing.
yourself pushing for more
You can't
sometimes.
stop, oh, I done met the 10. You gotta keep pushing.
Yeah.
You know, that's how you make it count.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
So set those goals, people. Drop down some of the comments of what you may be inspired for this new year, things you plan on achieving. We definitely want to be actively involved and want to know. And just stay inspired, stay encouraged. Don't let people discourage you. So as always, you know, you want to take a positive approach in what life has to offer. And so it's totally up to you because you're in control.
Sky's the limit.
Sky's most definitely the limit. Thank you so much for joining us, and until next time,
Thank you.
take care.